the Wyoming man recently made headlines in a DailyMail.com exclusive when he received a procedure that changed his life forever. It's a happy ending to a story that began with one woman's personal tragedy. Lily and Rudy were living the American dream. High school sweethearts, marriage, and a baby on the way. But sadly, that's when Rudy's battle with depression suddenly came to a head and he took his own life. Committed to carrying out her husband's wishes, Lily made the decision to donate all of Rudy's major organs to show their son how many lives their father saved. But it was one particular donation from Rudy that made headlines: his face.
I was a little skeptical about it at first until they reassured me that it wouldn't look anything like him, and I was like, okay, go for it.
Rudy's face ended up being a perfect match for another man battling depression, Andy Sandness, who was in desperate need of a face transplant.
I was going through some rough times, and I made the wrong choices. Depression was definitely on the list. Got the gun out of the closet. I remember just cocking one in the chamber and looking down the barrel of the gun, and I just said, oh, and pulled the trigger.
Only a few dozen face transplants have ever been attempted. None as intricately challenging as this one.
A face transplantation is a combination of so many other procedures that we do, including eyelid surgery, jaw surgery, facial nerve surgery.
Ultimately, the face transplant alone would require a surgical marathon of 56 hours to complete.
Okay, just here, you take the mirror.
After 3 weeks of healing, Andy was given his first glimpse in a mirror.
Oh.
Still recovering and not yet able to speak clearly, Andy writes his first impressions on a notepad.
Far exceeded my expectations. You don't know how happy that makes us feel.
And I was absolutely blown away by the results. Without the donor and the donor family, none of this is possible. I can't say thanks enough to those people for what they did, what they gave me.
Amazing. Truly remarkable. And joining us now via Skype from Rochester, Minnesota is plastic surgeon and surgical director for Reconstructive Transplant Surgery at Mayo Clinic, Dr. Samir Mardini. Dr. Mardini. Wow.
It looks amazing.
Tell us about how you were even able to pull a surgery like this off, because we've seen other face transplants on the show, but I think everyone here just saw how remarkably this particular transplant was done.
We went to the cadaver lab, the human anatomy lab, and we were there for 50 Saturdays total. And we brainstormed day after day, and finally we had a protocol. And once we decided what we wanted to do, we had the full team there about 30 Saturdays rehearsing the surgery over and over again, so that when we went to do the surgery, everybody was very comfortable in their role. Everybody knew what they needed to do, and it was just something magical to see.
You know what? Dr. Mardini, you will be in the Plastic Surgical Hall of Fame for the rest of your life. This is off the charts. And a couple questions. Will his face change in time? Because we have seen that as a sequela with the other face transplants that we've highlighted.
I think one thing we know for sure is that the aging process in a transplanted face is going to be faster than the usual. So we were fortunate to have a donor that was 10 years younger, so that really helps a lot. I think in the initial few years coming up, the next 2 to 3 years, I think we'll see continued improvement in function. So there'll be a lot of positive effects to that. And then I think that he'll stabilize and learn how to use his face. I mean, interestingly, he now has a new mouth, and his tongue has to figure out how to work inside the new mouth, and everything is new. His brain says, I want to smile, and before he didn't really have a mouth, and now he has a new mouth. So there's a lot of things that he'll continue to learn, and long-term is where the issue is. We don't know what's going to happen 30 years from now, 40 years from now, but we do know that the aging process will be a little bit faster than the usual.